In this episode, you'll learn 12 crazy things marketers do but don't tell you they're doing. So let's get started. Number one, most marketers believe that their organization is at the center of their own universe. They look more to their competitors, their technology, but unfortunately, their highest priority is not their customers, and that's just wrong. Number two, jargon and propaganda mentalities. We penetrate new markets. We leverage synergies across all channels. All of this nonsense jargon just confuses most people, but yet we still use, marketers still use it. Number three, we may say things to people on Twitter we'd never say in person. You've all seen the examples out there. Can you imagine talking to people like this in person? You get beat up. Number four, they ask you to pitch their products out of the blue. A lot of marketers, and I'm kind of guilty of this too, will just reach out to influencers or reach out to other people and say, hey, will you promote this? Now, that's something we do, but not something we should be doing. Number five, they refer to themselves as visionaries or thought leaders in their profile. This is a big pet peeve of mine. I actually don't do it, but I see a lot of marketers that are doing it. Just because you state something doesn't make it true marketers. Number six, this looks so awesome. And what we're talking about is these are awesome things like images and campaigns and videos, but they don't move the needle anywhere. They just like the pretty picture, even though it's not addressing a pain point or something that your customers or their customers are going to like. Number seven, can you tell us where the sale came from? Most marketers can't, and it's not always the fault of a marketer. Sometimes it's just the attribution technology that isn't out there currently, right? I mean, where did this sale come from? It could have came from many different places. You could tell that it came from Facebook, but you don't know whether they saw an advertisement somewhere else beforehand. And this concept called attribution just isn't there yet. There's a company called Impact Radius that's getting close. You'll hear from them pretty soon. Number eight, we settle on vanilla marketing campaigns. Most marketers don't want to admit this, but a lot of times, especially when they're dealing with their CEO or other people within the organization, they just settle for something safe. And safe usually doesn't sell. There are companies that are moving the needle. Taco Bell's an example, and they take a lot of risks and they get beat up when they get it wrong. But at least they're taking risks, and the stuff that does work moves the needle tremendously. The vanilla marketing stuff just gets ignored. Number nine, they spend millions on rebranding their logo and different colors and maybe even their fonts, and they spend only thousands on some of their social marketing campaigns. And I'll tell you, which one's going to move the needle the most? I'll let you be the judge, but the answer is pretty obvious for me. Number 10, all marketers say, let's automate everything. And that's just impossible. You need that human element. And also, all the tools that are out there that claim to be automating tools don't always work the way you want them to work, and sometimes they get you a lot of hot water. There's plenty of examples out there. Number 11, most marketers like to jump on the bandwagon instead of taking a risk themselves. Now this is something that we talked about in number 8, but this bandwagon effect is getting old. We've all seen what happens when companies try to jump on the bandwagon of another brand. They usually screw it up, or they usually don't have that authenticity that that original brand did with their audience, and it just doesn't work. Number 12, finally, they're getting pop-up crazy. You all seen the pop-ups that appear on these websites, their own websites or the client's websites. They're just out of control. We've all been told that they convert, but now when you have 3, 4, 5 that are just keep popping up in your head or popping up in front of you, and they don't know who you are when you come back to the website. So the same pop-up you might have signed up for pops up again. I mean, I'm going pop crazy. So those are the 12 things that marketers do but won't tell you they're doing. We've just given you 12 examples. There's probably 400 more that we could do a video on. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you want more content like that.